I am trying to live on a little money and having to make decisions on what I can afford. Food, health insurance, but I'm losing the battle just to survive. Knowing without justice I can't buy another car. I can't buy a Harley when I hear it go by or see it. I can't own a boat, which is the most favorite thing in my life. I have not been on a vacation for years and years. Veterans Day, Labor Day, Easter, Christmas, all of the holidays, including my birthday, are all but non-existent. I see people going to and fro, husbands and wives and kids, and it reminds me of what I had versus what I don't have. As far as people wanting to give me gifts, they cannot do that because I am on Social Security disability, and any gifts would be determined to be assets, and that would affect my Social Security. So I can't even receive gifts or favors from people unless it's people like Dr. Phil helping me out, a doctor like Dr. Oz figuring out what's going on with me after all these years. If I have an attorney and my case gets reopened, or if there's litigation against the state of Minnesota and I win a settlement, then I can afford to buy another vehicle. I can afford to maybe go fishing. I'd love to have my own house. I live in senior housing, no balconies, no pets. You can't do this, you can't do that. You have to fill out paperwork every year. You have to have inspections. I'm under the microscope constantly for years and years. I'm tired of it. I need your help. My glass, Dr. Phil, is not half full and it is not half empty. There is maybe a teaspoon of fluid in there, and if you swirl it around and you get a coating on the side, that's all that's left in my glass. Shows, songs, and or movies I like and affect me, make me cry. Tom Hanks was in Forrest Gump, You've Got Mail, and Sleepless in Seattle. I am miserable in Minnesota. Tom Hanks, if you were to make a movie, what would be the ending? Would it be positive, or would I just disappear? The Department of Labor and Industry in Minnesota has had problems with lack of investigators, or investigators quitting because they were told to turn their heads or get rid of or destroy paperwork or on certain cases. Case in point, this is an article in our local paper, and under these headlines, it states that there is problems with the Department of Labor and Industry and or their investigations or lack of investigations. So again, my problems with the Department of Labor and Industry are justified not only by what I say and what has transpired with me, but with what has gone into print and through other investigations. When I went to Korea and I was on the DMZ, I was scared. standing in the cold of winter, not being able to hear with the monsoon rains going, day or night for 13 months in a combat zone. Now I am just as scared, having to tell my story and not know who my enemies are here in my state and government, in trying to get the justice and correct medical help along with psychological help because of what has been done to me, and yet denied me from having a happy and normal life. I do not exist to live. I live to exist and barely get by. All my rights have been denied me, sometimes over and over again. The taxpayers and I have to pay for my injury that was never investigated or the facts and truths brought to life in my hearing. The state knows the facts but does nothing to help and make the responsible people take responsibility for their actions and what they did to me in the form of a lifelong disability and the stress and other losses I've incurred. The bottom line is I was injured by a company, improperly represented, turned state's evidence, and the state got what they wanted, but turned their head at helping me when I needed it, while they knew the truth and facts through me. All the people I've talked to have taken oaths or vows to help people do the best of their ability, country, state, federal workers, doctors, lawyers, and politicians. All pledge allegiance to the flag with liberty and justice for all. Each person has said how they're grateful and support veterans. Yet in truth, I hear words and statements that in public come out of one side of their mouth. Then when you talk to them in private, something entirely different comes out of the other side of their mouth. What is one person, especially in my case, without legal representation? They become invisible, non-existent, not there or dead. So when the taxpayers bear the responsibility or burden with what has happened to me and what is wrong physically, I know I won't be able to afford the cost. So I need legal, medical, and psychological help all at the same time, all at once, otherwise none will help. The truth and facts speak for themselves. I'll take a lie detector test and regressive hypnosis, but all the others people involved I bet won't. Welcome to Minnesota. Drive over our bridges if you dare. Move to Minnesota and work, but don't expect us to help you if you get hurt on the job. We won't warn you of your rights. The state did not warn me about my ex-attorney who had been fined or reprimanded before. I filed for my work comp injury report with the state. The state has warning. I've talked about that before. I think the government and people of South Korea are more appreciative of my service than the state of Minnesota. I've got nothing more to lose. I've lost almost everything and everything to gain. I only want positive help. I've had enough negativity and take. I will not respond to negative replies, only positive help. Since I got hurt on the job every day for 20 years, I've been achy, sore, or in pain. When can I feel good? There are days I try to deal and look or ask for help, and there are more and more days I stay inside and hide. I get mad when thinking about this whole ordeal, reviewing documents, what people have said to me, or fail to react and help. Then I watch on TV how investigations find people who were wrong and get help. You just can't make this up.